Potter's Journal today will be all about light and shadow and little holes poked in the Earth's clay. But not the way you might think, because it is Groundhog Day. Whoa, we're waiting for him to come out of the hole and see his shadow. Okay, what a coincidence though. It coincides with, berry colanders. And putting the holes in these and garlic jars. I'll unload a kiln. But first, let me tell you, my doggy boy Ralph was up before the sun. So excited about today. Ralph, I know it's Groundhog Day, but it's still dark. I am so sorry. This is not a groundhog kiln. Oh, but okay, we've got a little firing here. Okay, I am working on a dinnerware set that actually was made, I think, a couple years ago and never fired. So we've got the mugs in here for that. And I think there could be more on the bottom. And maybe we'll see more of these in the next kiln load. Let's see what we got here. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. We always want the lids to come off. Oh, this is a big lidded jar. You know what? I'm putting the holes in little garlic jars today. They're a fraction of this size. And I've got a special order for one of these with a face and holes for a garlic size for somebody who, actually uses garlic. Okay, this is another piece that's been around. Okay, one of those, Groundhog Guy days. All he needs is a top hat. And there's his friend on the other side. And you know what? This is a little hot. Oh, I see where the bottom of that jar, there's bits of it on the shelf. And, my friend who likes chasing the groundhogs. Oh, now what am I going to do with a plate like that? I think maybe we'll have to serve dinner for this plate on Groundhog Day. I hope he's having a good time out there and scouts out one to check out the shadow. You want to go look for the groundhog? Huh? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go for a walk. Let's go. So where is that groundhog? Where is he? Okay, it sounds like my friend is doing pretty good out there. I am working on 2 dinnerware sets. Actually, I only have a few of these, the glaze I like, and the one with the sea mist. So we're working. I'm building up a stock, even though they're not sold, because that is how I actually sold one recently, is by having them there when somebody always asks, do you make dinnerware sets? And I always, for years, have said yes, but never sold them really, until finally I said, yes, do you want to see them now? And you're going to be seeing a lot of these. With the little holes poked in them for soap dishes. And this has the doily things poked into the slabs of clay before they were made. So I just wanted to get a couple in this firing so I'd know how they'd turn out. Oh, wow. Oh, and this one, I put a little bit of white slip on the highlights. And then I don't know what it's going to look like in here, but when the green sunk into the lower parts, it has, with the white highlights, it has a jewel-like look and effect to it. But I don't know that we can see that in the camera. But wow, I only did one of these. Okay, so the bottom shelf is mugs, but I have one more surprise, special piece here that I'll show you, before the video's finished. And will the bird come out and see his shadow? And here is the range of my giant Okay, pancheon wash basins, or whatever they're called. This one's my own personal, and I'm going to put drainage holes to make a giant colander. I've been studying the the old country ones, and they have kind of a random placing to them. I'm using an extra big punch because I'm going to use this to wash vegetables out in the yard, coming in from the garden, and the random placing this it's just not lined up the way we normally will. That those are kind of equally spaced around there, but then when it comes to the next, it's not a certain number. Then when it comes to the next row out, they're okay, not lined up with what's there, but spaced at kind of an equal distance out, but an equal distance away from the last one in the circle. And that brings us back to, okay, the way things move around the sun. The, okay, Groundhog Day, Candlemas Day. This is actually the half equinox. So, and you know what? I think this is the first time I did this. I just came up with the idea and the theory that this is how they did it. Their spacing on these looked so consistent and even, but it was also had a randomness to it. And so when these two are a little bit too far apart on the next ring, I will just keep that one a little closer in. And actually this is creating, I think, just what I'm looking for on spacing, a very random evenness to it. Now, I want to try doing one with a stick yet, too, which is what, at Westmore Pottery, if you caught that video last year, I don't know if she said it in the video, but she was poking her country colanders with a stick. Now, I'll say that may be something that's going to take a little more practice. Okay, than what I'm doing here, but one step at a time. Okay, today I work out the randomness in the spacing. Okay, so what do you think? Did I get the randomness of the spacing? Are we casting... Oh, we're not casting a shadow. Are we casting a spotted shadow on you? And this is it, the shadow and light of the half equinox. Does cone 6 sanitize? Or do you have to go up to cone 10? Okay, so there is that one more bit of historical accuracy. Whoa, poking the hole with the stick. Well, that's not a very good start. I got an extra bit there. And whether... How about that? These actually look too good compared to some of the... I don't know if I actually saw one or it was historical images I saw. Oh, how about that? It works. Okay, and when I saw them, it was, okay, there's that groundhog coming up out of the hole looking for his shadow. The back part gets cleaned off, and the ones I saw had a fairly rough back side, and I didn't know whether the ones I saw at Westmore Pottery, whether she was still working it out or had worked it out. Another thing I spotted on the pancheons, which I've now got in all sizes. Here's a 1 pound, and I did, okay, an 8 ounce too, and realized that my big ones actually are not that far off. Looking in some historic guides, they were about 15.5 inches, was a common size I saw, so I'm really only about 1.5 inches off, and I can do them in my little electric kiln. Okay, but also the way they're lifted off, I found a Butterwind Pottery on YouTube, and that's the name of the pottery. He lifted these great big 15-inch things off a wheel with arms and a stick back here, and it put a beautiful bend in the pot. We admire that stuff so much in old pieces, but the question is, okay, will the market I have accept such things? Okay, I still have one more piece in the kiln to show, and I wonder what all Ralph has completely gotten up to today. Promised you one more special piece, but first, okay, more of the mugs. And, okay, there it is. It is our groundhog and our Groundhog Day plate. Now, this is a slipware plate. It's not redware, but the early American, mostly colonial era, redware, slipware, decorated with the sgraffito techniques were brought to us by early German settlers, immigrants, and they're also the ones who brought us what's developed into the custom today we know as Groundhog Day. So there he is. There's the shadow behind him. Okay, I hope my Ralphie boy enjoyed his Groundhog Day. There's my buddy. How was your day? What all did you get up to, huh? Okay, stop back next week and see. Okay, stop back and see what happens in the studio next week.